Hey everybody, welcome. Getting the Tuesday 20 started. Second to last Tuesday 20 of 2020. Oh, isn't that fun? Yeah. So gonna be doing this today and then also 1 week from now. And I know Christmas is just a few days away, right? Christmas Eve coming Friday, December 24th. See, I forgot what the date is. Always December 24th is Christmas Eve, and Christmas always December 25th. So easy for the dates, but the day of the week always changes this year. It's Friday and Saturday. So not like Thanksgiving, which is it the third or the fourth Thursday? I should know that. But is there really any shoulds, or is there just do we choose to know what we know and choose to not know what we don't want to know? So today, as always, I'm going to be here to help you relax and recharge and get in touch with what allows you to be in line with your passion more and more. A big part of that is getting to that relaxed state where you can really allow whatever's going to happen to come through, right? So as always, I like to start with some breath work. I'm going to start with some breath work, and then I was trying to decide what practice I wanted to do. Coming into Christmas, because there's like a lot of great practices that I like to do. I always like to start with relaxing us, with the breath work. And I like to end with a little open-eyed meditation. In between, though, there's a lot of ways to bridge the gap. Last week we did a compassion practice. Really, I feel like maybe forgiveness, because I was on a call with a coach of mine, and she said this is the time of year when it can be really powerful to give, and the gift of forgiveness can be one of the most powerful gifts. And often, sometimes we think, well, maybe I don't have anyone to forgive. And I'll ask, like, maybe is there some aspects of yourself that you want to forgive, where maybe you're a little upset with something you did in the past, or maybe you didn't treat somebody as well as you should. And you're like, oh, Justin, I'm always nice to everybody. But let me ask you, if in the process of being nice to everyone else, are you really being a bit of an asshole to yourself? Are you not giving yourself some care and some love? Because often when we consider, like, would I treat anyone else the way I treat myself? It's usually the answer is no. We usually treat ourselves way worse than we treat anybody else. So maybe, recognizing, that forgiving, and a big part of forgiving is making amends. And often it's just by the biggest powerful way to making amends is just by not engaging in that behavior anymore. Doesn't mean you actually have to do anything. I mean, if you can, and it's possible, sometimes it's not always possible, right? Like, you really can't go back in time to when you were, 10 years younger and change what you might have done or what you might have said. But you can make an amends to yourself by not engaging in that behavior or that thought pattern. Because a lot of times it is our thought patterns. And that's the powerful work we're doing here, is to notice our thought patterns and to have an attempt to change the thought patterns. So let's get going with the breath work. So find a place, get comfortable seated place. You can lay down if you want, and it's good to close the eyes down. We're just going to do a simple box breathing, which is where we end up doing a 4 count for the inhale, the hold, the exhale, the hold. And I like to ease into it. So we'll start with a count of 1 and do a round, count of 2, so on. Because really, if we're rushing from wherever we just came from, it might be kind of like shallow breathing. And to try to go to deep breathing immediately, that can be like, oh my gosh, that's stressful. The whole point is to relax. So anytime you feel relaxed, just breathe in a way that helps you chill out and relax. You can always join us or not. It's totally cool. So we're going to start with inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Inhale, 2, hold, 2, exhale, 2, hold, 2, inhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold. Continue at your own pace, 4 count for each step, a few rounds on your own, and we'll join back up. If your mind maybe has wandered, come back to the box breathing pattern. Once you've finished a round with the exhale, allow yourself to just come to natural breathing. Just start to notice, how are you feeling now? What are the qualities of your thoughts? Are they more active, less active, same? How about your body? More relaxed, less relaxed? Yeah, just notice the difference. And we're now going to move into practice of forgiveness. And so part of this is identifying an act that requires some forgiveness. And if you haven't done much forgiveness practice, it's good to start with something relatively mild. Maybe you were at the store and someone cut in front of you in line or said something rude. Maybe something upsetting happened in traffic, or just somebody didn't get you what you want or the way you wanted. I advise against, something, really traumatic that might have happened as you were growing up. Something that this practice can be used for that, but would advise getting some practice just with the basic mechanics, and making sure that you have the time to maybe handle what could come up. So, and then also, you can also forgive yourself. So bring to mind, whatever you need to forgive. And the basic process we're going to go through is, we're going to go through where you allow to come to mind that event that caused a lot of pain, where you had some resentment. Because really, forgiveness, it's about you. It's not about the other person. It's not about letting them off the hook. It's about you no longer carrying that pain and frustration, because that's often like taking a poison and expecting it to hurt the other person. So someone really did something wrong, and there needs to be, maybe something criminal done, or, perhaps just this person should not be in your life. It's not to say that you need to change any of that. It's just not carrying the hurt and the anger and the resentment, because all that does is harm you. The other person might not even be having any awareness of it, or perhaps a part of them enjoys knowing that you're that upset. So this really is about you being able to live a life more in peace and well-being than the other person. So as part of that requires understanding or bringing that up and feeling those feelings that maybe you often try to avoid, and just feeling that for a minute. And then we're going to look at the perspective of, the other person. Where might they have come from? You know, could they have a different view of what happened, or were they acting out of fear or hurt? Because hurt people often hurt people. And then also, usually through any event like this, there's some perspective that we gain, that we grow. And then after that, going to have a chance to possibly see this person, visualize them, feelize them, if you will, and just letting them go and seeing how that feels, and see if it can relax into a feeling of love and forgiveness. So I invite you now to, with that event that you still have some anger with in your mind, close your eyes and allow to come to mind this person, which could be yourself, could be a family member, could have been a stranger, and sort of read mentally to them what they did to harm you, and really feel that sense of anger or that resentment. Allow yourself to feel that feeling. It's only going to be very briefly. And stop. Now allow it to come to mind the other person's perspective. See if you can see what transpired from that person's eyes. What could have been going on in their life? What past circumstances could have led them to take the actions they took? Remembering that oftentimes hurt people end up hurting people. So just contemplate that for a few moments. So now, having seen it from their perspective, look at how perhaps you have grown from what happened. What experiences, what emotional growth have you benefited from because of this experience? Even if it's just that now you can better relate to others who have gone through a similar situation. Allow these benefits, no matter how small, to come to mind now. Now, you can take this opportunity to allow the other person to come to mind and to forgive and to love. Perhaps wishing them love, wishing them the best, and allowing them to just kind of fade away as that resentment and that anger fades away, allowing all that's left to just be a sense of peace and calm and love for yourself and for others, doing the best that they can with what they have. And there's a chance there still might be some residual anger and resentment. If there is, that's okay. This exercise can always be performed again. And that feeling can dissipate even more until it just relaxes and lets go. And so now, with this feeling of love that we've allowed a little bit in, as we've allowed some anger and resentment to let go, because we've seen seen what happened and put it in some more context. I'm going to start with a little bit closed-eyed meditation. Then we'll move into an open-eyed meditation. So with your eyes closed, just start to notice some aspect of breath. So it could be your abdomen going out and in. Perhaps it's the sound of the breath going in and out. Whatever the sensation of breath, just notice it. Just notice your natural breath. No need to force any sort of breathing pattern. It's just an object to be aware of. Just some place for when the mind wanders, and the mind does wander. Just something to be able to go, oh, mind, you're just doing what you do. That's wonderful. We're going to be placing our attention on the breath. So whenever those thoughts or those feelings come up and you become aware that you're no longer aware of the breath, smile and lovingly go, all right, placing my attention back on the breath, and let the exercise just continue. So we'll just sit together, closed-eyed for a couple minutes. If your mind has gone into a thought, or your body has been feeling a feeling, allow your attention to come back to that sensation of your breath, the in, the out. And keeping your eyes closed, we're going to prepare for a little open-eyed meditation. So this powerful way of being that you've been cultivating for the past 10 or 15 minutes can be brought into the remainder of your day and more of your future days. Because this state of calm, this state of peace allows you access to all of you, all the wisdom of your body, mind, and heart has to offer, all of your energy. From this, the magic of making life happen the way you want it to is more and more possible. So we want to make it really easy to bring that to the rest of our life. So when your eyes open, you might start to notice things with your eyes, and they really are no different than noticing things with thoughts or noticing feelings with your body. And just let your gaze come back. So allow your eyes to flutter open ever so slightly, looking just a couple feet in front of you with a soft focus. Yeah. And the mind's focus is on the breath. If ever the mind should wander, the eyes should wander, you become aware of that wandering lovingly, gently, like you're dealing with the most adorable kitten. Bring it back to the loving embrace of the breath. And we're now going to start to, with your mind coming back to your breath, begin coming back to full, complete awareness, fully alert, fully ready for the rest of your day. Count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Coming back to full awareness. You can rest in this as much as you like, or if it's time to go about your day and get some tasks done, you're going to find it really easily and effortlessly to have the focus, the energy, and the passion to take on whatever you choose to be taking on as you go through the rest of this day. So I do encourage you to put this in your calendar. It's every Tuesday, 12:05 p.m. Pacific time. And, the replay is always going to be available whether you're here on Facebook or on YouTube. So do ask, please subscribe, please, thumbs up, comment, engage, let people know so more and more people can get the benefits of the work I'm here doing and offering. And if you do want to work one-on-one with me, just send me a note, let me know. I do have some slots available that I can work with people individually. Really allow some amazing things to happen. And if you do want to check out my podcast, going to be having a show coming up. I'm thinking of doing on holiday, how to handle holiday overwhelm, which is something I've been dealing with. And so definitely want to, just in time for the holidays, get that out soon so that you can not have to have holiday overwhelm and have holiday joy. Have holiday over joy is what I would wish for you and for your family. So with that is the end of this week's Tuesday 20, and wishing you all a Merry Christmas and, good time, quiet time, peaceful time. Sending much love, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.